Welcome to Marion, Ghana, where kente cloths is what we do, where African weddings and events are our specialty, where African tradition where it's perfected, where beautiful culture resides, where marrying is honorable. MGKente.com, where competitors can't compete in quality or prices. Shop now, MGKente.com. There was a little girl that was adopted by this Mzungu woman from the continent. And this Mzungu woman took that little girl from the continent and brought her over here. She has made this child go through about 500 medical procedures. And these procedures were totally unnecessary. But I want you to watch this clip.
Court documents lay out the lengthy and complex investigation of alleged medical child abuse against 31-year-old Sophie Hartman. Hartman adopted her now 6-year-old daughter as an infant from Africa. Court documents say since the child was 2 years old, she's had nearly 500 medical appointments. Among the unnecessary medical procedures prosecutors claim the child has had is a type of feeding tube surgically implanted. Investigators say Hartman has also made the child use leg braces in a wheelchair, despite medical professionals telling her the child does not need them. The warrant also dives into a medical diagnosis of a rare neurological disease called AHC. During the investigation, a Seattle children's doctor told detectives based on medical findings the child does not have the disease. Here is Hartman discussing the disease as part of a Make-A-Wish video.
At any given time, with no warnings, can go paralyzed completely. She can lose the ability to talk. She can go into all types of different seizures and have extreme pain. It's really tough.
A year after her daughter was given her wish, Hartman spoke at a Make-A-Wish fundraiser.
Has been likened to a time bomb. That is a human time bomb for which there is no cure. For us, this is just what life looks like. It's navigating constant traumatic chaos.
A statement from the Make-A-Wish Foundation reads in part, "We are deeply saddened and dismayed to learn about the alleged child abuse case involving one of our former Wish families. We hope this matter is quickly remedied in the best interest of the child." Investigators say after the girl was removed from her mother's care in March and observed at a local hospital that there was no findings or symptoms to support any of the child's prior medical diagnoses and that all evidence suggests she is healthy. Investigators also zeroed in on a diary entry in which Hartman allegedly wrote, "When it comes to suffering, I am a compulsive liar, exaggerator." Hartman has been charged with assault of a child in the second degree and attempted assault of a child in the second degree.
Now let me have a conversation with our brothers and our sisters on the continent. I know South Africa is the #1 country that watch this channel. Shout out to South Africa. And I know many other countries as well watch, like Kenya and Ghana and Nigeria and a few others. Shout out to all of you. But we need to have a conversation about the children on the African continent. There have been many stories that have came out of African children being taken away from the continent, brought over here into some horrible, horrible conditions. The question that I have for many of you on the continent, why do you continue to allow this to happen? You see these people show up on the continent smiling at you and oh, they care so much about you. Oh, they want to just help so much. But look at what happens to Black Americans here. Because this woman came from America. So look at how they treat us. Look at it. Why do you think they're going to go over there and treat you better than treat us? I'm just saying for this some critical thinking for our brothers and sisters on the continent. That's number one. They come into the continent with these NGOs. That's another thing, a non-government organization. And oh, I'm just coming to help. Oh, I'm just a missionary. And they say all kind of things supposed to help you, but they don't help the Black Americans here. They don't do anything for Black folks here. But they're supposed to go over there and help you. And then when they're through these NGOs, a lot of times they're spying and doing different things like that. They're human trafficking through these NGOs, going there to steal your resources, cause problems in your countries, testing different things they're creating in labs. I'm not going to go no further than that. There's a whole lot of things they come in there smiling in your face and, oh, I'm just here just to, oh, wow. If you need any commentary about the white supremacists, you need to contact your Black American brothers and sisters, and we will inform you on that. Now, there's some nations that have banned them adopting. I know Ethiopia did ban them for sure. I heard Ghana made it kind of harder, or maybe Ghana did ban them. I don't know, Ghanaians that could be watching. Let us know in the comments if they banned them from adopting the children. But no, there's enough Africans on the continent that can take care of the children. If you want to let anyone adopt, let someone in the diaspora adopt that maybe want to adopt a child. That's another thing too. It needs to be someone within the community, because also you got to ask yourself this question. They want to come over there and help you so much, but they pass over Eastern Europe. There's a lot of poor white children in Eastern Europe that are living in dire straits. How is it they don't go to Europe and adopt those children? The children that they relate to, they're culturally, the same. You have to ask yourself that question. Why you? Why not their own in Europe? If they're passing up their own to go over there with you, it's something more to it than that. And another thing, because I've seen this when I remember I was in Kenya, when these folks show up, stop acting like they somebody special, smiling and, oh my God, like that. Like, no. Because that one brother that was doing that mess, when I saw him in Kibera, I said, what is he doing? Leading these Mzungu women like it's some sort of zoo trip in Kibera. But when those two women saw me, they got shook. And even African tigers at the time say, why they looked at you like that? Why they got scared like something was going? I said, because they knew the difference. They knew I knew who they were. They don't impress me like that because I know who they are. Some of my brothers and sisters don't know who they are, but I know. A lot of you watching know. That's why if I catch you in the corner, I'm letting you know right now. If I see you doing that and I'm there, I'm going to pull up on you. I'm saying, hey, brother, sister, let me holler at you a minute. Don't you do that. Don't you dare look at them like that. They're human beings just like you. No. We going to have an education conversation. And any of you in the diaspora that goes to the continent and you see that, pull up on them. Have a conversation. I'm not saying charge them up and like argue with them. No. But just have a conversation. Just let them know why that's not a good look. You understand? Because we need to bring that education to the continent, because really they didn't grow up and deal with the belly of the beast like we have. So we need to bring that education to the continent, because really a lot of their education into a lot of the white supremacy came through the lynching of George Floyd. Believe it or not. Yes. They when they saw George Floyd, they had to say something because that was just too much. But this, and then what also that's sickening is that she was only charged with assault of a child. Are you serious? Then what you didn't hear, all these doctors that did all these procedures, why aren't they license being pulled if they knew it was unnecessary? This is not only medical abuse, it's also medical racism. Let me tell you why it's medical racism. They have black people that be in a hospital, black people that have genuine conditions that need pain medication, certain tests, etc. Can't get it whatsoever. But this Mzungu woman could go get all kind of unnecessary tests and procedures done that didn't need to be done. Do you see that? But black folks dying in hospitals because they say, oh, you don't need medication. Oh, you don't need that. You remember the sister that was the doctor that had COVID? You remember that? And Nurse Angela, shout out to her, broke that down on this channel about what they did to her with medical racism. She couldn't get no medication that she needed being a doctor with COVID. But this Mzungu woman could go get 500 procedures done, all kinds of different things done to this child that wasn't even necessary. This is why I say this place is wicked. Why we call this place Babylon. and why we need to take our talents to the continent. This is why I say that. Because every bit of that's not right. But people on the continent, stop letting your children go. You allowing them to go into abusive situations that they would not be put in the African continent. Let me tell you something. You got all the resources of the world right there. You have been feeding your children, having children for thousands upon thousands of years. You will be all right. Trust me, you will figure it out. You've always figured it out. Don't let your children go for a better life if you're not going with them. Your children need to be with you. Because I hate seeing this story. I hate that. You'll go way to the continent and take that child away from there to bring her back here to Babylon and abuse this child. It's sickening. But leave me a comment, guys. Let me know, what you think about this particular story. Brothers and sisters on the continent, I'm going to repeat this again. Take care of your own children. Create your own organizations to help your children. Please stop letting your children go like that, because you're letting them go potentially to hell. Hey family, I want to tell you about a new book written by John Almo and Patty Almo. It's called Introduction to Twi for American Diasporas. Now, the book is going to focus on helping you learn the Akan language, culture, and Ghana as a country. It's also a guide through Ghana's most widely spoken language. Now, the book is supposed to help develop your awareness of social customs, cultural practices by combining historical, cultural, and social context with language training and grammar. This is the book that you want to pick up before you start heading for your first trip to Ghana. Pick up Introduction to Twi for American Diasporas today. Thank you for watching, and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and check out the African Diaspora News Channel app in the Google Play and Apple App Store.